Time for your domestic dish now, and with many kids home for spring break, we're continuing to give you ideas to keep them busy and keep everyone in the house happy. Our parenting expert, Bill McLeod, has this suggestion.
You don't need to leave the state of Colorado. We live in a beautiful state, and there's so many different things you can do right here. Quick, easy trips that are inexpensive, or maybe to Glenwood Springs, maybe to Estes Park. How many times have you gone to the mountains or gone on a trip where while you're there you say to yourself, why don't we do this all the time? This spring break is the perfect time to make a difference for your kids and have a quick, easy, and inexpensive trip right here in Colorado.
There you go. You don't have to go out of the state. People come here for spring break.
Awesome places, yeah.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Okay, you know how teenagers can struggle with acne. Well, new studies show that acne can impact more than just a teenager's appearance. A new review from the Wake Forest University School of Medicine shows acne outbreaks can negatively affect quality of life, self-esteem, even the mood in kids. This review gathered analysis from 16 different studies, and it shows that acne is also linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression, even suicidal thoughts. One study found 9% of teens with acne showed signs of depression. That is 3 to 4 times higher than the general population. Now, the authors say the bottom line, acne has a huge impact, and it is worth seeing a doctor to get some treatment if you have a teenager who struggles with acne. Ever wonder how much love you really have in your life? Guess what?
What?
You can now chart it and find out. This, my friends, is
Ta-ta!
the Love Life Day-by-Day chart. Fill in a quadrant. You can't quite see this, so I'm going to show you a close-up version. All of these are hearts for each day of the week.
Yeah.
For the whole year. You fill in a quadrant for how much conversation you've had with your loved one.
A fourth is for conversation.
Yes, a fourth for time together.
Time together.
A fourth for kisses or caresses.
Got it.
And then, of course, another fourth for sex. And then by the end of the year, the end of the week, the end of the month, however you want to gauge it, you can see how much red there is on your calendar.
The more red, the better.
The more red, the better. And you know, sometimes you think you have a lot of time with someone, but when you really look at it, you think, I might need a little more time or a little something else to help enhance the relationship. Isn't that cute?
Mine would have 1 dot of red.
See?
I believe it's September 4th. I think I got 2 of the 4 quadrants.
You need more. We'll link this, by the way, to our
I
website.
love this.
So you can buy it. $9.
It's a great way to make sure you're actually maintaining intimacy with your sweetheart.
There you go.
Taking this one home. Hey, if you missed yesterday's show, you missed a big showdown in the garden. Now, there's Natalie and myself having our famed plant off.
Yeah, before you started stealing my plants.
I did steal your pansies. Story of my life.
Our friends at ACE helped us get a few flowers and plants in the ground, but what should we be doing right now to prepare our yards for spring gardening? From pruning to watering, we went to the pros to find out.
Now is the time to start thinking about your yard. It's been really, really warm out, and so everybody's sort of getting excited for the season to start. Pretty much at this time of year, there's a lot of debris left behind in your yard, so now would be the time to sort of take back all of that woody material, take back any of the sort of stems and old flower heads, and go ahead and clear away all the leaf, make sure to get the soil sort of happy and ready, and then you can actually see where your bulbs might be coming up at this point and make sure that they're not too covered with mulch or they're not being crowded by other plants. You can put down compost, reevaluate your mulch, and it just also makes everything sort of look neat and tidy and ready for spring. Pruning trees and shrubs at this point is a really nice way to sort of remove all the dead material. You can usually see what branches are dead because there's no new buds forming on the branches, but you have to be very cautious. You don't want to trim the ends because last fall they set their buds, and so if you trim the tips, you're cutting away all the flowers. Winter watering is something that a lot of people neglect to do in Colorado, and it's really, really crucial, especially if you've just planted a new landscape. What ends up happening is the root system of your plants aren't quite hardy enough to reach down into those lower reaches and get the moisture to sustain them through the entire sort of spring awakening. So if you haven't already been watering when it's really nice, now's the time to pretty much focus on every 2 weeks. Get out there with your hose, put them on your trees, put them on your perennials, and really just give them a low flow watering of about 20 to 30 minutes per area. Really, you want to wait to turn on your irrigation systems till around about mid-April. Through possibly to the end of May, you might be able to hold off. A lot of people get cues from all the grocery stores and they're like, oh God, it's time to get out there and start applying all sorts of stuff all over your lawn. You really don't want to do that. If you haven't treated your lawn with any fertilizers in the fall, you might want to apply a very light dose of a nitrogen-based fertilizer. But wait, hold off until around June, because all you're going to do is encourage a lot of new top growth before the root growth actually has a chance to set in. Spring is like Christmas for gardeners. You get to see those very first little bulbs that sort of open up and remind you that everything's kind of coming back from being asleep all season. And it reminds you to get out with your kids, get out with your pets, get outside. Colorado is that perfect environment.
The Associated Landscape Contractors have daily gardening tips that you can get sent right to your email. Spit it out, Natalie. We have a link on our website, kwgn.com.
I don't have email,
No,
but it sounds delicious.
I'm hungry.
Up next, it seems like